Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oyetade Kayode Emmanuel, a researcher at the Vaal University of Technology. And I will be presenting my study titled Determinants of Student Use of E-Learning Information and Communication Technologies. All right. In this presentation, we will be going through this content, which will be covered in the next few minutes. All right. Starting with the introduction, now we live in the era of the brink of various technological innovations, which has transformed and influenced the way we've lived our life. It has affected different areas, different sectors, such as communication, media. In fact, education has also been influenced and affected, which has transformed the way education is being presented to different learners and students all over the world. And one of the benefits of this e-learning is the fact that it enables flexibilities in the way students interact with themselves. It has also increased learners' engagement and allows learners to study at their own pace. It has also broken geographical barriers. So it has also broken geographical barriers such that a student in Africa can connect to different learning institutions all over the world, and they become equipped and better prepared for the challenges of the future. So those are some of the benefits in which, those are one of the benefits and areas in which we have seen the importance of technologies in the academic sector, which led to the motivation for this study to recognize the potentials of e-learning ICTs to enhance learners' educational experiences. All right. Moving on and going ahead, the objective of this study was to investigate the determinants of student use of e-learning ICTs. Moving on, we also established the foundation of the study on different frameworks, such as the technology acceptance model, the unified theory of acceptance and use of technology, the self-determination theory, the social cognitive theory. The term is in its own ability helps us to understand the factors that influence the adoption of technology, while the UTAUT helps us to explain the different behavioral factors. The social cognitive theory places a strong emphasis on how social factors and influences helps to navigate the construct of the student. So we considered and reviewed the different factors in each of these frameworks to ascertain, to establish what could be the factors that influence the use of this e-learning ICTs by students. Moving on, the methodology, we adopted a quantitative research, and we reached out to 220 university students in South Africa, and we applied confirmatory factor analysis and structural equation modeling. The confirmatory factor analysis is just to help us to confirm the factor structures in the use of these e-learning ICTs, while the structural equation modeling helps us to understand the hypothesis, to validate the hypothesis that were brought out from the frameworks. So moving on, our research findings, and I need to also add that we used the UTAUT. Why did we use the UTAUT? We try to survey, we try to investigate, go deeper into each of the construct from each of the variables of term, of UTAUT, of social cognitive theory, of the self-determination theory, and then we saw that the factors of the UTAUT as shared characteristics with all the other theories, which helped us to consider that a UTAUT is beneficial to understand or determine the factors that influence the use of these e-learning ICTs. And the UTAUT on its own also reviews different structures to come up with those 4 frameworks: the effort expectancy, how easy it is to use these technologies, the utility expectancy, the perceived construct of how the technology ought to be, the social influences. This talks about the factors, the social factors and the influencing factors, and the facilitating conditions put in place by either the stakeholders, the institutions, and different things. And from our research findings, we found that the effort expectancy has no significant influence on the use of e-learning ICTs, while the significant influences were found on utility expectancy, the social influence, and facilitating conditions. So what were the outcomes of this? The findings helps us to understand the factors that shape student e-learning ICT use. It also provided insight for educational technology integrations, and we also found that the introduction of digital literacy initiatives, because the student found that effort expectancy has no significant influences. So we also established from the fact that it could be because of the environment where students are not exposed early enough to the use of all these ICTs. So they find it difficult to actually use these things. So it's also important that we need to introduce the use of all these ICTs very early enough for the students and the learners to get comfortable with it. And in conclusion, our study helps us to understand the factors that influence e-learning is critical, and that e-learning remains a valuable tool for student engagement, irrespective of the challenges, irrespective of the factors that may be considered as not being beneficial to the use of these e-learning ICTs. And that is it about my presentation. Thank you very much.